Hello, everybody, and welcome to the entertainment headquarters, and welcome to another very evil trailer reaction, because finally we are getting our first glimpse at Evil Dead Burn. That's right, the latest entry in the Evil Dead franchise. I personally am a huge fan of the Evil Dead franchise. I love, the mixture of horror and comedy in the first film, the second movie, and of course, the Army of the Darkness. And then many years later, they did the remake, I think in 2013, I think the remake was made. And that was a straight up horror with elements from the original, of course, films. And since then, Evil Dead had such a huge resurgence, which is well deserved. And they did Ash versus the Evil Dead television series, which I really, really enjoyed. And I'm really, sad that it ended after 3 seasons. And then, of course, the year before that, 2024, we got Evil Dead Rise, which was just like Evil Dead 2013, a very much straightforward horror film that had elements from the original Evil Dead thrown in for the fun. And I'm quite liking that. I'm quite liking how the Evil Dead series is become this straight up horror franchise. And that has connections and Easter eggs to the original kind of films and lore. And of course, I believe that this particular film, Evil Dead Burn, is even connected to, I believe, or is rumored to be connected to Ash versus the Evil Dead season 3. So it's even more exciting. But Evil Dead Burn is an upcoming American supernatural horror film, served as the third standalone entry after Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise in 2023. And the 6th installment in the Evil Dead film series, directed and co-written by Sébastien Vaniček and produced by Rob Tapert and series creator Sam Raimi. It stars Souheila Yacoub. And the story goes, a woman seeks comfort at her in-laws in their remote house when she loses her husband in a car accident. However, after the discovery of an ancient book, the family reunion becomes a hellish nightmare. That's good enough for me. So, without further ado, let's check out Evil Dead Burn. Wow. That's more or less a teaser trailer rather than a full-fledged trailer. But straight away it's got me gripped. There's deadites, those evil, spirits that inhabit and possess our loved ones that seem to be doing nothing but causing carnage in every way, shape, and form. This looks like fun. Just off that little glimpse, this looks like fun. I want to see a little bit more to fully get a full-fledged feel of what this film's going to fully bring with. Evil Dead Rise in 2023, that had mixed reaction from the fans. The same with Evil Dead from 2013. But I generally am really enjoying the more darker tone, serious horror element, but it still has kind of that twisted dark humor in little elements throughout the course of those movies, and it still feels very much connected to the original Evil Dead. Ash versus Evil Dead, like I say, was such a great show. The fact that they ended it after 3 seasons on a cliffhanger was really sad to me. And I really wish they would bring Bruce Campbell and Ash into this version of Evil Dead and really connect the dots more with it all. But obviously he's now battling cancer, so whether he makes an appearance down the line or not is another matter. But I think this film, it's just going to be another fun standalone film, hopefully. And I'm quite liking that about the Evil Dead franchise, how they're now making these films just standalone. And they're just a straight up start, middle, and end story that's got a connection to the history, the lore, and the story of the Deadites and the Necronomicon, the book. And all of that history, and just like the story in Sierra and the first Evil Dead, where the book or a tape of the enchantment from the book was played out and all hell broke loose. The same thing happened in the remake, then the same thing happened in Rise, and now they're talking about the discovery of the book. So I'm hoping we're going to get to see the Necronomicon, and really see that come to play in a much more visual, dark way. And by the look of this teaser, of just seeing people in this house being ripped around, thrown around, tortured by the Deadites, this is going to be another brutal fun ride, I generally feel, deep down, and potentially could be one of my favourite films of the year. So far, I've got a very small list of what's going to make my top 10 of 2026. But this potentially could be one of those films that makes it. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you thought of just this quick little teaser for Evil Dead Burn. And also, I've just remembered, we've got Evil Dead Wrath coming next year, a second standalone film, which hopefully the name Burn and Wrath just sounds epic in itself, and is really bringing that torturous kind of Deadite feel to the names and in the films. And I'm just loving the fact Evil Dead had like this renaissance, and we're getting lots more Evil Dead. It's about damn time. But anyway, as I was about to say, keep enjoying your movies, keep enjoying all things entertainment. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Evil Dead Burn. And if you want, please like, share, and subscribe. But until next time, catch us all later.